Okay, so I've got a little bit more time on the old van. I love these wheels. They're a 20-inch stance wheel, but they're curbed up and I'm only going to make it worse. So this is an old wheel and this is a new wheel. They're actually BMW X5 wheels, and they're 18s with a larger tyre. So from 20s with a skinny tyre to a smaller wheel, 18s, but with a larger tyre. One thing I didn't kind of take into account was how big these tyres really were. From an X5, I mean they're SUV 4x4, so they're 255, 55, 18s, and actually, you know, there's plenty of room here, but I believe, I'm not 100% sure, I'm going to roll it forward, I believe we're rubbing within the arch. Now, do I take the arch out? Do I change the tyres? Do I just change the wheels? Or, I must admit, you probably can't see it. I'll tell you what, I'll take you under. So there's the rear shocks. They are Stance Plus shocks, and I've got some Volkswagen, you know, OEM shocks to go in. Now, whether they work with the lowering springs that I assume are also Stance Plus, I don't know, but I'm hoping it's going to raise it up. But I guess first things first, I mean, does it roll like this? I haven't done it yet, but this is the kind of, what do you call that, camber. I'm not a massive lover of camber, but certainly camber's needed to fit these tyres in. Anyway, I'm going to try and roll it forward. So I'm going to leave the backs on for now, and take it up the road and see what they're like. So this is now the front. So a couple of things of observation. We've got these Stance Plus. I'm guessing that's the year and month, so March 21, so they're, what's that, just over 4 years old. And these are adjustable coilovers, and I would say this is maxed out, stanced out. It has a lot of travel that I can lift the front end, so that's what I'm going to try and do. I've never really adjusted these before, but I think if I break these free, lift this one up and then bring this one up, even if I can bring it up an inch, just to help me get clearance on this front. One thing else that I've noticed, a naughty little bit of damage. Actually, I don't know, maybe it looks worse on camera, maybe it just shows it as it is, but certainly some damage on the left side here. Perhaps Y had the front changeover, you know, for the T6, perhaps. Certainly wasn't mentioned by the previous owner. I must admit, that looks quite fresh. It's not rusted or anything, so perhaps that is recent, and can't get any before pictures actually, before the front end swap. So anyway, let's see whether we can lift this up an inch before I put these huge wheels on, because it's bound to rub otherwise. Oh, one other thing I've done, there was a tab up here on the T6 front end which I'd already just pushed back. Obviously it's not being used on this one, so all about that clearance. I wonder whether this is an intentional modification. I was thinking, what is that? I guess the they should be attached to this, which is this, goes to this, looks like some kind of wiring back on itself. I'm assuming this is a wear pad, but I just can't believe how this car or this van would have a wear pad indication. To be fair, it brakes really well, so I've got no concern. And it looks like there's plenty of meat left on there, but yeah, strange why this could be cut. Looking at that, I think that's a very obvious cut there. Never mind, just another little thing that I've got to play with and fix and give me something to do on the weekends. Right, so it took forever, but I've probably put about an inch into that suspension, so I think that is going to give me the room that I need, but I guess it's trial and error really. Right, so that is raised about an inch, which is the kind of, I don't know, maybe it's like this tool, and I don't know if any of you guys do the same, but sometimes I don't necessarily measure with a tape or anything like that. Actually, I use an object. So this, so the thickness of this tool from the bottom of this cog, I don't know what it's called, turny thing, to the bottom of the threads. So I'm going to ultimately match that on the other side if and when I put the other side on, because still the test of whether these wheels are going to fit. Okay, so with these wheels on, I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I can be slamming round corners on full lock, but I think it'll be fine driving. I quite like the stance of it, to be honest. So if it's drivable, I'm a bit worried. I'm more worried about the rears, but maybe with the new shocks we'll be okay. I'm going to take it up the road just to turn it around and see what it does. This is a full lock. I can still get my fingers underneath, so I don't know, maybe we're going to be okay. Oh, just before I put the last wheel on, it has a spigot ring to adapt the BMW to Volkswagen, and also, please move pushcat, different basically the seating here for BMW compared to the Volkswagen is more of a rounded seating. So yeah, a couple of different things required to fit said BMW X5 wheels. Hi guys, so yeah, it rubs. It's but it's drivable, and just that little bit of, I think, that inch rise from the front. I mean, my children said, "Dad, I think you're probably better off just, you know, raising it another inch," and they're probably right. So I might just lift it another inch from the front, and once the new shocks are on the rear, it's not that it's rubbing as I'm driving along on a flat. It's if I hit a bump or a road hump, and then, you know, it's literally, it kind of bounces along the road, and so it's kind of and as I can see, it's not rubbing on the outside of the tyres, it's more on the tread, up in the, what do you call it, like the plastic wheel well, you know, the I don't know what you call it, the plastic bit anyway. And so that is a little bit scary, a little bit worrying, but maybe it'll just rub through and I don't know, and then it'll be fine. So yeah, I guess we'll see how we go.